So I work for Priva. I don't know if I'm making the noise. Priva is a technology company. Basically, we make control systems. So that means hardware, software to create a perfect climate. We do that in farms. So we with our systems we contribute to smart farming. We do that in buildings, in smart cities. And we do that for smart farms in smart cities. Because we actually believe that in cities, you should have food production. Food production in cities does not only mean that you are more sustainable in your food production, that you don't transport it over millions and millions of kilometers, or that you waste a lot of food by transportation. It also makes sure that it creates jobs. It educates people, it educates children on where food actually comes from, and it makes cities greener. So, and we know about this. We know how this works because this is our headquarters in Holland. We're in a small town of De Lier, which is basically in the middle of all the big cities: The Hague, Rotterdam, Amsterdam, Utrecht, and this is the part where food is produced. And this is where food is produced not only for Holland, but for the rest of Europe. And it's in the middle of a big metropolitan area. So food production in a metropolitan area, it's possible, it works. But most of cities look like this. There's no food production, there's no green. So the question is, where is the green belt? Because like I said, having a green belt, having the food production in your city, it makes it better to live, but also gives better food. And it's a perfect way of starting your circular economy. Because agriculture in itself is a perfect tool, a perfect medium to be more circular. And we, as Priva, we have participated in a lot of projects already that proves that. Projects in Holland, projects all over the world. This is one example. This is a project in Naaldwijk, again close to The Hague, where actually a greenhouse where tomatoes are produced is an energy provider for a residential area. So circular. The waste heat of greenhouses that get really hot in the summertime, the waste heat is actually used as energy for homes. But also, when it comes to growing food, you need a fertilizer, and a fertilizer can be used by having waste from fish that poo in the water and use that as fertilizer. That's used in that's being done successfully in Sydney. The same principle, using the poo of cows in this example in Rotterdam, the floating farm, is also proves how things can be circular, but it also proves how it can be done anywhere in the city. It can even be done on water. And the other way around as well. So wastewater from a city can be used as irrigation water for food production. That is done in Delft, also in Holland. So a lot of examples that show that it's really possible to be circular in energy, be circular in waste. And this also is a perfect example of how waste from food production can be used to make building materials. So circular agricultural, the perfect way of starting your circular agriculture. And then if we talk about renewable energy, then of course we come to indoor farming. Indoor farming can be done in the heart of the city. So then you're really talking about urban farming. And if you do that with solar energy, then it's more sustainable as well. So as Priva, like I said, we make the hardware, we make the software to make all of this possible, to balance the demand and the and what is necessary in energy or in water, and we do that in what we call a sustainable urban delta. So from the energy side, from the waste side, from water. And we believe that if we would all integrate food production in urbanized areas, it's a really good start to make cities more livable and to make the smart city. Thank you.